Hey, what's going on, everyone? And welcome to a special edition of the High Press. I'm your host, Alec, alongside the actual host, Conor Robinson. And today we're going to talk about who is going to finish in a European spot in the Premier League this season. Conor, welcome, man. I appreciate you joining your own show.
Yeah, it's we're 2 for 2 now, going into the PL final weekend. So I'm really excited. We're talking all things Premier League right now, and let's just kind of kick things off.
Awesome. Let's start with West Ham. They've been a surprise team under David Moyes. Could they secure a spot?
Yeah, I think West Ham, they're firmly in fifth right now. They have 3 points above Spurs, who are in seventh. They're in sixth. I said fifth, but they're firmly 3 points ahead. They play against Southampton. Sorry, I had to find it here on the page. They play Southampton final day. I think they have enough to win, at least get a point. If they get a point, then they'll be fine. They'll get a Europa League spot, maybe even a qualification spot. They might have to do a play-in game or something like that. But they are a team that, as you said, they're surprised. No one thought that they would be this good. The loan move for Jesse Lingard in January has been unbelievable. I did a video on that. Make sure you go on the channel and check that out. He's kind of just brought this whole new intensity to West Ham, and Moyes has made this system that's very good defensively. They're very good going forward with players like Jared Bowen. So I do think West Ham will be able to finish in a Europa League spot, and I think that'll help them with their summer recruitment. They've done well bringing in Vladimir Sufal, Thomas Souček, players that a lot of people wouldn't really rate considering they're from Eastern Europe and I think from like the Czech league or something like that. So very impressive with the signings they have made. If they can get Lingard through the door on a permanent deal, which I think they will, that'll be huge for them. So I think it'll just help them moving into the summer. They'll be able to bring in some nice players. Being in London, it's usually pretty easy to get players to come to a big city like that. So I think West Ham, given that they have 3 points up on Spurs, they just need a result. And I think that with the players they have and the form that they're in, they just beat West Brom, I believe. So they'll be able to get a result against Southampton, who are kind of mid-table, but they have put in some good performances. So I do think West Ham for sure will get a Europa League spot.
Well, let's talk about the Spurs. They've been flat, even though Harry Kane's been absolutely awesome. Do you think they could sneak into a UEL spot, or are they going to go to the new third-tier competition?
They play Leicester on the final day, so I think that game could end in a draw. It could be Leicester frustrating Spurs and getting a point, all 3 points even. So you said it best. They're flat. They've been very abysmal this season. I thought they sacked Jose for the wrong reason. It was a monetary, I believe, which Daniel Levy made a big mistake thinking with the wallet instead of thinking with about the game itself. I don't know if they would have beaten City in the Carabao Cup, but if there's one person I would bet to beat Pep Guardiola and this Manchester City side, it would be Jose. Jose's managed against Pep with Manchester United, with Real Madrid, back when they were both in Spain, in the 2011-12 season, I think, or 2010-11, I think Real Madrid beat Barca to the title. But the Spurs side has been flat. They've had a lot of issues. Ryan Mason is a very inexperienced manager. He's their interim manager at the time, former player for the club. So against Leicester, it's going to be tough. I don't see them getting all 3 points. I think maybe a draw or even a loss to Leicester. And I think that with that result, given, the fact that West Ham do have the 3 points on them and Everton are even level on points with Spurs, I do think if Everton get a result against City, who've already won the title comfortably, it's going to be tricky. A lot of things have to go right for Tottenham. So with that being said, given who they're playing, given the form they're in, I don't know if they can secure seventh or sixth even. If West Ham stumbles against Southampton, perhaps they can sneak into that sixth spot. But for right now, I'm not seeing enough from Tottenham to really consider them a viable option for European football, which will definitely hurt them this summer.
So, Conor, let's talk about Everton. They've shown a lot of promise under Carlo Ancelotti. Do you see them getting into the top six, or is that something that's a target for next season?
I think right now it's a target for next season. I think a lot of things mathematically have to go their way. A lot of results that I don't think are possible. If Spurs get a win, the goal differential is so massive between them and Everton. Even if Everton beat City somehow, it could really just be out of their hands. Next season, given the fact that they have players like James Rodriguez, Abdoulaye Doucouré, Alon, Richarlison, Dominic Calvert-Lewin has come on leaps and bounds this season as well. So I think their target's going to be next season. The Premier League has a lot of clubs with a lot of money now, so they can attract players. I think it's a good footballing city, Liverpool. They have a big rivalry against the Reds there in Merseyside. So I don't think it's in their hands right now. And a lot of things would have to go their way for them to get a qualification this summer, or after this game on Sunday. But I think next season they'll be looking to push for a Europa League spot. They may surprise people and get in the top four. Ancelotti's done a really great job of making that team, rigid defensively, which, him being an Italian manager, that's kind of exactly what they're going to do, is be good at the back and then build forward. And I do think, given the summer that's coming up, they'll have some money to play with, and they'll be excited to see how the next season develops under Ancelotti. I wouldn't be surprised if they finish maybe 5th or 6th next season and do get a European spot.
So, Conor, who do you think gets it?
Right now, I think the table is pretty much, set. I think Spurs are going to have a tough time beating Leicester. I think that, looking at who the matchups are against, West Ham's playing Southampton, Everton's playing City. Everton have lost 2 of their last 5 games. Spurs, same deal. Actually, West Ham, all 3 of those clubs, have lost 2 of their last 5. So the form is a little inconsistent. It's tough to say, but I do think it's going to kind of stay the same. I think maybe even if Everton get a win, they might leapfrog Spurs. But, playing against City, it's a tough ask, considering City just lost to Brighton. They went down to 10 men, lost 3-2. And I'm sure that given that they have the Champions League final coming up, they're going to want to put, a full, top gear performance in where they put maybe 4, 5, 6 past Everton. I don't think it'll be that high. That's what they'll want to do to get that confidence back. I think it'll probably be closer to like a 2-1 or maybe like a 1-0 or something. But they'll want to get the result, City. They'll want to finish the season on the high note. They'll want to get, De Bruyne on the ball if he's fit and healthy, which I think he's kind of coming back still from an injury. So he might make an appearance towards the end. But Phil Foden's been unbelievable this season. Riyad Mahrez has had a good season. They haven't really played with a striker, which is interesting. And the fact that they do have such a lead at the top is a testament to the impact that their defense has had, with signing Ruben Dias and having John Stones come back to form. So I think it'll probably stay the same. I think West Ham will get the result. Spurs might drop a point, but if Everton can't get a win, it's not really going to matter. Even if they draw and Spurs draw against Leicester, it really won't even matter for Everton. They'll kind of be stuck sitting where they are now. So I do think it'll kind of look the same. I don't expect Spurs to get the win. I think they'll draw. Spurs do have the best goal differential out of those 3. So if Spurs can get the win and West Ham drop all 3 points, Spurs will jump up. But I do think right now, given the matchups, it's going to be kind of the same as it is now.
Cool. Well, Conor, I appreciate you letting me join your show, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure for all the viewers, you smack that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, check out everything we have on Down the Block Sports. It's not just me or Walt. We have a lot of great guests on some of our shows talking about all sports as sports. So make sure you do that. And also check out the first part of this video. We have who's going to make the top 4. Make sure you click that. The link will be in the description below.
Awesome. Check it out. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Click the notification bell. You're going to want to check it out all right here on Down the Block Sports. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and we'll see you very soon.